I was thinking when I was in the movies the other day, like the girls don't have ringtones anymore. Like the girl, like you never hear a phone ring.
Oh, you never hear like some music.
Trading
space. Like
was that yours?
Maybe.
Messy thoughts, messy thoughts, messy thoughts, messy thoughts, messy thoughts.
You know, I saw. It's weird. You have doppelgangers. Like I saw what you looked like as a kid.
Where?
Like a little baby.
Where?
I'm like, that is.
Mixed kids do look a lot alike.
And I wanted to take a picture, like same eye color, loud, crying and shit. I'm like, yep, that's
hair all a frizz.
No, he was so cute. I want to take a picture. I'm like, no, that is weird. Like, hey, ma'am, can I take a picture of your baby?
Yeah, that's weird.
Like,
that's
no,
weird.
thank you.
Or you can just be like, you have beautiful children and walk away. You know what I mean? I always find that compliment to be beautiful.
But I feel like it was you because the baby kept staring at me. I feel like it was you.
It probably was me. Okay. Sorry, I won't tell you this theory, but like I have a theory that everyone is me. Like you're me, I am me, he's me, we're all me. Like we're all me. I just in different timelines and circumstances, but like it's all me in different lives. So when I die this life, I'm just gonna like wake up and be like that kid in Kohl's that you saw. Like that's who I'm gonna be. Like
it was HEB.
Oh. I was hungry, so
wait.
Do you understand that theory?
No.
So like the theory is that everyone on the planet who's ever lived and who will ever live and who's living now is just you. But you are just living in different lifetimes. So like you are everyone. And I don't know if it's like a theory. I didn't come up with this on my own. This is like an other person theory. But like it's a theory that you should treat the other person like it's you. They're like, oh, if I grew up with your circumstances, if I grew up in Idaho with your circumstances, I would act just like you. Because I am you.
Oh. I kind of get it.
Like you get it?
Yeah.
It's kind of like a view of life. Like you can look at other people as like disgusting little shitholes people.
Yeah.
Or you can be like, oh, that's just me, but I'm just a shithole in another life. You know what I mean? Like it softens the blow.
Do you think we're going to be reincarnated? Like I want to, but I want to come back. I will always come back black. I will always come back black. I want to. Like, have you seen those videos online where people are like, you know, if you could be any race you want to? Oh, no, I want to be
black in every lifetime.
I want to be black in every lifetime. What about you?
Honestly, yes. I mean, I got it with the skin of my teeth this time. So maybe next time I want full black experience.
No, you do. Oh, I get what you mean.
I operate in the world as a white man. People see me as a white man when I go through my life, if they don't know or if they're not a person of color themselves. So that's why I say in my next life, like, give me a little bit more melanin.
Well, you just stay in the sun a little longer. Like, you was a little crispy in Puerto Rico.
I was. I didn't. It's too hot. It's too hot.
I will say, oh Lord, I lost my train of thought. It just really just went poofing out of here.
Oh, it's fine.
Wait, what were we talking about?
Melanin being black in every lifetime, reincarnation. I think that you are me in another lifetime.
Y'all, it's really gold.
It's okay. Do you believe in reincarnation? Like, what do you have to do in this life to be black in the next life as well?
I don't think it changes. I just think it's the same. I just don't because I just think we're gonna be black in everyone, and I'm cool with that.
Yeah.
But I have seen the people I've seen some folks that are saying like that they would be white or mainly white. I've never seen anything else. There's like,
they want to be white in the next life,
just so they can experience the privilege of what it's like. Which, good for them. No, thank you. I think being black is so fucking lit.
Yeah. I think what you're born at, you should celebrate it and whatever it is. Because whatever yours is lit. You're Native American, it's lit. If you're Mexican, you're lit. You're black, you're lit. White, you're lit. Like, you know.
You're not just lit.
No, like, lit's not the word I was going to use, but I couldn't think of anything else in the current moment. Anyways.
All right. Y'all, welcome back to another episode of Messy Thoughts. My name is BJ.
And I'm LeBron.
Welcome back. Thank y'all for going on a little journey with us. I enjoyed that. Thank you for opening it up.
It's just how I look at people. I just think that everyone is me, and that's beautiful. I think that is beautiful.
But don't get it confused with everybody being inside you.
No. But that also means I get to live the female persuasion on the earth, because everyone is me. So I also get to live the female persuasion,
Did you ever watch Lovecraft Country? It was that show on HBO. It was crazy as hell.
No,
Lovecraft Country.
No, anything with the word country in it, I just opt out.
Okay, well, there was a character. She met somebody who was bad, but they... When she takes, I forgot what she takes, but she would turn into a white woman. She's a black woman, like my skin tone, but she would take some kind of elixir, and then she would turn into a white woman for only 12 hours. It was like Cinderella. But it was like, would you ever do that? Not say specifically, would you turn into a white person, but if you could turn into
shapeshift into another person or form or race or something.
Okay, Mystique, yes. But would you?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Oh, 100%. I think, when I'm in New York, for example, and I wake up, I will get my iced coffee, and I hit the streets for a little bit of earphones in, but strutting down the street, seeing the girls. Mm-hmm. I may want to transform into a bikini model, just walking down the street and giving the girls a little jiggle.
Bikini model.
Just giving the girls a little jiggle.
What she was doing the other week when you had your shirt up, I was like, you better work, bitch.
How did Kelly even find that clip? I forgot that we even had that.
Oh, you didn't post that?
No, Kelly.
I was like, look at this vain bitch. But I was like, work.
It wasn't me, but
Titties was out.
I literally was scrolling my own Instagram and I go, hey, that's me.
Hey, one more thing. I think it was on the Tyra show. Tyra show was very unhinged.
Oh, it was very crazy.
The talk show. But I think there was a character. There was a guest on there who, black guy, very not happy with the black experience. Because he's like, I get treated right, this and that. So they put him in white chicks drag, made him a little white man. And he was like, even the dog is loving me more. It is so crazy. You've never seen that? Wait,
I now know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
I did see that specific episode, but it's not as ingrained in my brain as when Tyra was fat for a day. When they put her into a fat suit and then get
she
her
was homeless.
She was homeless.
I'm like, y'all know that's Tyra Banks.
Okay. You don't see this big ass camera following her around, filming her. You don't see
Hello?
You don't see the 3-person producer director crew following her around in the fat suit. What are we doing? So I'm sure that they did. Let's transform a black man into a white man drag for daytime television. That is the kind of stuff Tyler did.
I really wouldn't mind being Mystique. I would love being blue and naked. I would say from the X-Men of the movies. The X-Men, I would say from the cartoons, she wears a little white tunic and something.
Yeah.
I wouldn't mind that either. But being blue and naked, hell yeah.
Oh yeah. What's the actress's name who played her in that?
Rebecca Romaine.
Yeah. Amazing. Changed the
Beautiful.
character forever because, Jennifer Lawrence also played.
She looked greasy.
She looked crazy.
She looked really she
I
looked
love
crazy.
Jennifer Lawrence.
I do too.
I love that white girl. But I do. But the newer movies with Jennifer Lawrence doesn't hit the same as that blue body, skin tight, where she would just be a senator and then just turn into Mystique, kill you, and then turn back into a senator.
I think they made Mystique more lovable and more friendlier. Which in different universes you can do whatever you want. But I'm like, no, I need Mystique to be ruthless.
Yes.
Will turn on her own kids.
Yes. She's a shapeshifter. She's someone you'd never know who she really is. That's her power. There's nothing about that's positive or protagonist. It's all villain. And someone said this on Threads. They were talking about Avatar: The Last Airbender and with the villain, what's her name? Katara? No. Azula.
Oh yeah, that bitch.
And they were like, oh, they're reboot her and do a backstory for her why she's bad. And the villain, the person who played her, was like, let's just let people be villains. Let's let people be villains because we just
the
need
live action girl.
No, the voice from the actual show.
Yeah.
They said let people just be villains. We just need bad people.
Just bad people.
We just need bad people.
We just need bad
for the
people.
plot.
You're right. All right. So that was cute. I love that. But I've been really ready to talk about this. I want to talk about relationships. What
is relationships?
Why
do you want to talk about it?
The reason why I want to talk about it is because, as you know, and maybe some of y'all know who've been listening to us, I have been trying to date.
Yes.
I really have been trying to date. And it's hard because I'm trying to, that I realize after just some contemplation, I've realized I've been trying to get in a relationship, I would say, that is deemed good in the eyes of other people.
Oh, that's what you've been experiencing the last couple months?
That is what I've been experiencing because I am older. And so people always look at you sideways. They're like, oh, you're not with anybody? Why are you single? What's going on? What's wrong with you? Why does there got to be something wrong with me?
That's happening more and more as you continue to age.
Yes.
Yeah, that is very... My friend actually told me this week, she was like, I was at a dinner and they said, who's married here? And they were all talking about their wives and she was the only person who was single. And she was like, this is so weird.
it puts
It's
you
so weird.
It puts you in a position because people will judge you, or they'll have like preconceived notions of you, and then it makes you start feeling like, well, is there something wrong with me? Am I being too picky? Am I being too shallow? Like, all these things were running through my mind, and then I'm just like, okay, well, maybe I need to lower the bar, of my standards.
Yeah.
No, seriously, like, that's
Yeah.
something I truly was like thinking.
So what have you been experiencing this last couple of months? So have you been just trying to find someone who fits all the check boxes of what you want, or like what are you trying to do?
Yes, I'm trying to find someone who I am compatible with, that I can truly be in the room with you and be okay. Like, we can be in the room, we can be quiet, we don't have to talk.
Yeah.
But if we do talk, it's great. Or I don't have to guess. I don't want to have to be guessing around you, or I don't want to have to be like, do they like me, or like seriously, like
Yeah.
do you actually like me?
Yeah.
Just being myself. And so that's what's been really I've been struggling with.
So you're not kind of taking it as an aloof moment where you're just kind of going with the flow. You're actually looking for characteristics from a person. Like, you're not following the caveman, bonk on the head, find them, drag them into your cave, and then that's your husband.
No. But while all that was going on, I was listening to Keke Palmer's podcast, and she had Whoopi Goldberg on it, and we love Whoopi. So Whoopi says she wrote a book, and it's called "If Someone Says You Complete Me, Run." And I was like, okay, I'm interested. What is this book? And luckily, it was on audiobooks. I don't mind reading, but I love listening to. Like, I'm a consumer of podcasts. I love listening to people talk. And when I tell you, such a great book, because I believe that the things that Whoopi expressed in her book are elements that I'm looking for in someone. Because I'm like, well, maybe I'm not meant to be with somebody. Like, true, I thought about, I'm like, maybe that's just not me. Maybe I'm not meant to be in a relationship with someone else, just because I truly do love my alone time.
Yeah, you do. Like, you're very independent.
Yeah.
And you always got plans. That's one thing. You're a very busy individual. You're playing this sport this day. You're in this city this next day. You have these things to take care of with work and professional life.
Yeah.
You got messy thoughts to do. Like, you go around.
I've been around.
You've been around, you go around.
But you're right. I have my own life. I do have my own life.
And why would you want someone to disrupt your life that like you have now? Like, what value do you have in a relationship that would like work in your life right now?
Right.
Like how would you fit someone in your life? Like,
well, no, I can, because I do believe in that golden rule. You will make time for things that you want. You truly do. But now I want to get your opinion on, I would say, just relationships in general. And it doesn't even have to be, I would say, romantic. Because I also want to get into friendship relationships, because that's a whole different layer.
girl, and they're almost as more important than a real relationship. Like
Friendships?
yes, like friendships are sometimes more important than your romantic relationship, but they're very much important.
Yeah. I would say with friendship relationships, because when you're friends with someone, you're not seeking to, let's say, have sex with them. You are truly
Hopefully
seeing them in their true essence most of the time and making that decision. Do I really want to hang out with you? Do I really want to continue? Like, let's go do activities and experiences with each other. To me, when you are wanting to get with someone on a romantic level, you most of the time at the beginning, because they'll soon fade away, you show the representation of yourself. You show your publicist.
Oh, 100%, girl.
Because
oh, baby.
Yeah.
When you're getting ready for that first date, you're like, all right, don't act like yourself. Don't sneeze like you usually do, bitch. And make sure you get that salad. Don't even look at the lasagna. You know what I mean? Like,
and why do we do that? Why?
Because okay, so when you're dating someone, you do have to like have a representative, because you can't show your horrible sides. You can't show your messy, rotting in your bed side. You can't show your mad or sad or sick side. You have to show up as like, hi, I am this person, and this is what I like to do. And I like to hike, do this. I've been known to do that in relationships. When I first meet somebody, I'll like be outdoorsy for like a year. And I'll like go and do outdoorsy things. And then I'm like 7 months into it, I'm like, oh, I don't want to do outdoorsy things anymore. Like this was just to kind of like have something to do with you because we didn't have anything in common.
Wait. Was it something to just do with them, or was it like, hey, I want to make sure I say all the right things to keep you interested so that we can keep going? Because what you just told me, you don't like doing that.
Yeah, I don't like going outside.
So eventually, you really don't like going outside.
Like outside is really, especially in like the hot times.
Yeah.
It's very warm. But like, I did it so we could have something in common, I think. It was to have something in common, something to do, and honestly be like, oh, I don't just stay in the home. I don't just stay in the home and just watch television, play Roller Coaster Tycoon. No. Like, I'm actually an adventurist, and I go hiking all the time. And so you kind of like have something to do with the person, and then it could become part of your personality or it could fade away. Who knows? But I think you do show up as kind of like the most energetic, the most whatever. Yeah. Like, you don't go to your dates and be like, this is my laundry list of complaints I have in my day. Like, do you?
No. I don't think you should do that. But what I do think that you should do is tell the truth, which you did not do. You did not tell the truth.
Yeah.
It's because you was lying.
But I don't know if I was lying. It was just like, oh.
No, you were
out
lying.
of 365 days, I may go outside 2 of the days, and then I started going out 10 of the days.
Okay, you didn't lie. You embellished.
Yes,
you embellished. But you said something,
which I think is fine on a date. You can embellish. Like you're not sharing how much you make on the first date, right? So
No.
So like if you can embellish a little bit, maybe you went to Spain for 7 days instead of 4. You know what I mean?
Girl,
like,
okay.
Like you can stretch the truth a little bit.
Miss, okay, sure, girl. If that's what you want to do. But you said something important because you said you have to. You don't have to. You do not have to come to that date being like this. You don't have to be the representation of yourself. You truly can show your ass. And that's what I'm trying to do. Every time I go to, no, I'm being for real. Every time I go to a date, I'm trying to show you the real deal BJ. I'm not trying to be quiet. I'm not trying to be someone, or like, I do these activities. Oh, you do those? No. I like to play volleyball. Yeah. I love to bake, and I love to be in my house by myself.
And like you're like leaving it there. Like
I'm exaggerating now, but you know, I'm telling you, I'm giving you the real because one of my friends, I'm not going to say their name.
Okay.
They told me when they got together, when they went on their first date, both of them were like, do you want children? How do you feel about this? This and that. I was like, that's great because you know right away if this is going to work.
Of course. You should cover religion, kids, where you want to live, what's your 5-year plan. You should like get to know the person in front of you. That's totally fine. But like, you're not telling deep, dark secrets first one. You're not being like, oh, I want a kid, but like maybe I want to try surrogacy. Maybe adoption works for me because of my uncle. Like you're not going to share all the different details.
No. I think you should not be telling any of your secrets to anybody on the very first date because you don't know them bitches.
And they can use it against you. Like there are some people, unfortunately, that watch a lot of true crime. You're more dangerous with the people that you date than with anybody else.
You're more
husbands and wives and dating partners are the most dangerous to you as an individual. Because people get their feelings hurt. So if you're on a date, let's say you're on a second date with a person and they get all rowdy because you don't want to go on a date with them again, maybe the third date, and they come and they get all loud at the restaurant with you, and then they know all your personal details, and they come back to your apartment where they know it is, and they can knock on your door. That's too much.
No.
People are crazy.
I don't like to disclose anything I would say that's truly, like I would say, deep about myself until I feel like I can probably trust you. Because I don't trust someone right away. I just really don't because I'm like, I don't know who you are. Like you said, someone can use that information against you. Yeah. So I don't think you should show all your skeleton or like open up that door and let people walk in through it. But if they want to tell me anything, you can tell me all your secrets.
Right.
Like you can tell me all the things that you want to know.
But when you go on dates or have gone on dates, have you had that moment where you kind of show up, you're not really expecting much, you're kind of just like whatever, and then the chemistry really starts going? The conversation starts flowing. You maybe get into really niche topics, and you start leaning into the conversation, and but before you know it, 3 hours have gone by, and the Chili's waiter's like, "Girl, y'all need anything else?"
Yes, I have. I've had those dates where I truly wasn't feeling the person. And I hate to say this, but I was like, you know what? I have nothing to lose, and that's when I really show BJ. Like if I'm truly not trying to impress you, you will get BJ, and them motherfuckers love it. I'm like, wow. Okay, so that's why I fucked up. I should have, like.
What do they love about BJ in the way? Because you're so bold and and honest.
Well, you know I'm upfront
Yeah.
about things, and if something bothers me, I will.
Like if they were late.
Oh, that doesn't bother. That like, if you communication, if you can tell me you're going to be late, I'm totally fine with that. Things happen, and that's what I think most people need to have a little bit more grace with people.
Yeah.
Because I read some discourse online. It was talking about dating, ironically, and people were like, if you're late to a date, you're going to buy me X, Y, and Z. I'm like,
Ooh, that's
why?
Why? Yeah,
I'm like.
What you're going to that person is going to the date with the wrong intentions. You're gonna get me this stuff because you're late, or you're 30 minutes late, you're 45 minutes late. Like you're gonna buy me X amount of money, girl. What?
Buy you
That's
money.
weird.
You mean buy you things? You said buy me money.
Oh, spend money on me. Sorry.
But no, seriously, it's like
Yeah.
the person communicated to you like, hey, I'm running 10 minutes late.
Yeah.
Why is that an automatic? Well, you're gonna buy me my first 3 drinks.
No.
The hell? Like, no.
I see that there's two kinds of dating. I think there's people that date for entertainment, and there's people who date for like finding a partner. And like the people who find a partner, I do think they kind of follow the caveman theory again, where they go find one they like, they meet about 80% of the characteristics, they bunk them on the head, and they drag them back to their cave. Like then they're like, all right, this is it, and they lock it down, they get married, and they go into the distance. I think some people
No
date
shade. That's
for-
how you got your man.
Okay, absolutely. Okay.
That's how you got your man.
I said on TikTok, and someone commented and made a video about it, but like, unfortunately, you just gotta go out here that someone is not a serial killer, who has a job, who can figure things out, and then bonk them on the head and drag them to your cave. That's probably the way to do it.
It's so like when you're explaining it, I'm like, I remember when it all formed. You were like,
You make rooms for things that you want in your life.
You're like, I want you.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna get you.
Yeah.
And you got him.
Yeah.
And you did.
Did I upheave everything else? Yes. But did I get what I want? Actually, I actually think about this a lot, listeners. I did say it out loud, write it down, and claimed it, and then I got it. So, like, if you want it, follow that.
Oh, no. And you told us.
Yeah.
You were not quiet.
Yeah. And a lot of people said, are you sure? I said, get out of my business. I'm good. I want to be here.
Okay. So since you are in a relationship, because
Yes.
this is something that really worries me, how do you feel about keeping your identity while being in a relationship?
Ooh.
Because I've seen couples, and it's like when you see one, you see the other, and you never see them apart. And so it's like, do you have your own identity?
Ooh, that's really interesting, because the people who like always go to things together, and they're like, this is not you're showing to the Christmas party with your partner. This is, hey, we're gonna go get ice cream. You're invited, and then your partner comes with you every single time, and it's like a package deal. I think those people are fine, and they're coming from a place of, we just want to do things together, and maybe they live together and they want to be involved. But if you can't have your own friend group, your own things, your own interests outside of the two of you, it either can work out really well for you or not so well for you.
Right.
I think those are the only two outcomes. And personally, me, who comes from a divorce household, things don't last all the time. So you got to prepare for both.
Yes. And I don't think there's anything wrong if that's what the couple chooses what they want to do. If that's how they want to show up and that's how they want to present to the world, yeah, come as that package deal. There's nothing wrong with that. But looking at how I want to be with someone, I don't want us to be that package deal where when you see me, you see the other one, or you see them, and then you see me. I really want my partner, whomever I'm with, go do your thing. I don't have to come with you to every single thing that's going on. Now, if you have
Heavy
like something
on
you
it.
want me to support you, oh yes, I'm gonna be
Heavy
right
on
there
it.
on the front row.
Communication.
In my big old church lady hat. I will be there. But if I want to go out with my friends, I don't need you questioning why I did not invite you.
Right. Why
You know?
can't you go?
Yeah, right. I'm like,
Right. And it's not sinister.
no, it's like, because, girl, I want to go, kick it with the girls. We
Yeah.
may need to talk about some things,
Yeah.
and I don't want to have those conversations with you.
Yeah, and sometimes you're going with your girls, right? Like, you're going with the people you're close with, and you're going to have a good time, and you're going to kiki and have a loud-ass time, at least in my experience. I'm going to be loud. And sometimes your man is a little bit more quiet or different than you, and they need to stay their ass at home. And that's another thing with the relationships. You don't have to be a carbon copy of your boyfriend or your girlfriend or whatever you choose in life. You don't have to look like them, dress like them. You don't have to do. I think as a couple, you find similar interests and you do things similarly, but you can stay in your lane and have your own things and your own style. You don't have to look like each other. I mean, we
No.
all know like gay boyfriends are like carbon copies sometimes. Like in all the communities, there are the carbon copy boyfriends. You're like, are you brothers or are you boyfriends?
Which makes me sad sometimes because I be thinking they're best friends. I'm like, oh, those are friends. Then I find I'm like, oh.
We actually know a lot of, peripherally, we know a lot of couples who started off as just like really, really best friends, like in a friend group, and they're just together now.
Oh.
I'll tell you offline.
Oh, I don't know them. I don't know.
Okay, we'll leave it out. But like we know peripherally from other people, they're just really good friends, and they're just like, "Hey, you want to kiss?" And they just kind of like became boyfriends, and like I think that's great.
Yeah.
I think that's wonderful. Like you do sometimes need to have that friendship in a relationship for it to work, because a lot of people go into it with love bombing. They go into it with, here's some flowers, here's this expensive date, here's this like luxurious vacation. Oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. And then 18 months into the relationship, you know, you go on less dates, you go on less vacations. And they're like, bitch, I don't even like you. Why are you over here playing like PlayStation? Like, or whatever. You know what I mean? Like, they don't even like the person. Like, they don't have a friendship with that person. So they can't continue the relationship past the roses and the Instagram and the love of it all.
Yeah.
Sometimes you're going to be in a room and you're going to hear your partner fart. You're going to hear them pass gas. You're going to hear them go to the bathroom.
Okay.
And that's the less sexy part about relationships, but it's real.
Man, I wrote that down. And I wanted to ask
Did you?
I really did. I wrote that down. Because I'm like, no, seriously, I wrote it down. I don't know how you knew I was going to say something like that, but I
That's
did.
a very important part of relationships, honey.
Because when I was listening to the book, Whoopi talked about that. She's like, I want to be in my house and can fart and not worry about you worrying about it stank. Or me worrying about that you think it stinks.
Right. Like,
and so I'm like, that is true. Like, I really want to be so comfortable where I'm truly worrying about me, because I'm always going to choose me.
Yes.
I'm always going to choose me.
yeah.
Now, how do you navigate that?
For me, I'm a messy bitch. So, when I get into a relationship,
Hence the podcast.
the beginning, it can be a little tumultuous, but I think after a while, I really like enjoy the life partner part of a relationship.
Okay.
Not necessarily like the beginning, like that's fun, but it always is different than like how the long term is. I love the, hey baby, we got a package. I know you're getting home before me. Can you pick up the package and put it in the house?
Yeah.
Those kind of text messages just like let you know you got another human on the planet who's looking out for you,
Right.
and vice versa. Hey, can you drop me off at the airport? I'm going to visit my grandma. Hey, you're going to go do this. I'm going to make sure that you have your lunch ready early so you can take it. Blah, blah, blah. All those things are, to me, more valuable than flowers and those extravagant dates and those type of things. And I think, like you said, you show up as BJ on these dates.
Yes, I do.
Because you're like, this is what you're getting. So, what?
I don't have that attitude. I'm very nice. I'm very respectful. I say please. I say thank you.
Yes.
And I say excuse me. But actually, no, not a but. What I want to ask you, because when I was listening to the book, it kind of like snatched my wig a little bit. Not to say that I was just like, oh, well, what about this? But you know how a lot of people are like, you have to do this. You have to do that. You have to have this type of job. You have to make this type of money. You have to have this kind of car. You have to do X, Y, Z. All these different, I would say, things to the rubric that you have to meet in order to date me.
Expectations, yeah.
But then the ultimate question is, what do you bring to the table? Like, what are you bringing to this dynamic? Like, you want me to be X, Y, and Z, but who are you?
You're talking about like whoever you choose.
Yeah, because let's just say if I'm that person, I'm like, you have to do X, Y, and Z. But I don't even got any of that stuff.
Yeah.
I don't have any of that.
Yeah.
So why am I putting so much emphasis on somebody else to bring those qualities when I
Right.
don't even possess those?
Like when people were like, I want a man who's wealthy. And like everyone does. I get it. But like if you're only dating for wealth, it's because you don't have wealth and you're trying to make someone else make it up for you. And then you're gonna get used to that. And baby, when you get $1,000 in alimony in 20 years, baby, you're gonna be really upset. Like, woo! Okay, so you do have to go, hey, if I want these characteristics in a partner, how about I go ahead and get my ass in school? How about I go ahead and get my body together? How about I get my mind together, my money and my investments and my future together and what I want with my life?
Baby, when I tell you, when Whoopi said that, I was like, yo, she is speaking directly to me. Because I don't think I have a lot of, I would say, check boxes that someone needs to meet. But I do know there are certain things that I want in a man that I don't even see in myself yet.
Ooh.
I don't see in myself yet. I'm like, so why am I expecting this from someone when I don't even have that? Like, that's crazy.
Yeah.
But real side note, because you were talking about like someone being rich. Jennifer Lewis, real quick, y'all. Side
Jennifer
note.
Lewis.
I love what she was like. She's like, I've been poor. I've been rich. Rich is better.
Don't let no one tell you that money don't buy no happiness. Is that was her point?
I was like, I've been poor. I've been rich. Rich is better.
Rich
That
is
is
better.
so funny. Anyway,
SZA has a lyric that says you can't trust nobody you ain't been broke with. And that's real.
you can't trust
You
nobody.
can't trust nobody you ain't been broke with. Meaning,
Okay.
like, if you're on the come up, you meet someone, you're both really, really successful, you're going to have one type of relationship. But when things get hard, baby, that's the relationship you need to be worried about. When things get hard, things get difficult, or things are not as good as they could be, that is when you're going to have a test. And that is when you're going to have to survive some things.
How do you, I would say, do maintenance with your friend relationships?
How do I do maintenance with my friend relationships?
And I may not even said that correctly, but
I know exactly what you mean. I mean, what other there's like a couple rules of friendship, like proximity, similarity,
proximity,
purpose. Like you like to try. It's like you'd be close to each other. You'd have things in common.
Energy.
You'd have energy.
energy, like, energy that you put into it.
Right, exactly.
And then timing.
And timing.
timing.
Those are the
yes.
four, yeah. So like I think friendships all have those things, but in my adult life, I know we're all busy.
Yeah.
Like we're busy, you're out of town, like, oh, I'm not gonna see, like even if you try to reach out to one of your friends you haven't seen in a while or something, just, hey, how are you doing? Let's get together next week. Oh, hey, I'm busy, I'm out of town next week. Maybe we can do it in September or October. That's adulthood.
Yeah.
That's just who we are. We're all busy people. We have schedules and whatnot, but it's always nice to care about people. So send your people, hey, I was thinking about you today. And I thought
Yes.
about this one time we went on vacation together and you made me laugh at that coffee shop. Oh, I love that moment. Like tell the people in the friendships why you value them and why you continue to think about them throughout your day. I think that to me is true friendship.
Yeah.
There's sometimes friendships get a little misconstrued of like controlling or like you have to act the same or you have to think the same. And I think when I have adult friendships, I know that I'm not always going to please my friends and they're not going to please me.
Right.
But I know that I'm there for them and they're there for me for those reasons of like friendship and timing and when I need them and those things.
Yeah.
So I don't judge my friends too hard, but I just try to, be there for them.
I agree with that. I think that you should always reach out to a friend. If you're thinking about a friend that you haven't even seen in a long time, there's nothing wrong with sending that text message or call. And I love to call.
Yeah.
I actually called my friend last night. Her name is Sandra. She lives in Los Angeles. I remember she had came out here and I had got her, like when she got off the plane, I said, we're drinking right now.
Okay.
Got her drunk for like 3 days. And she was like, BJ, I need to just hang out at your house. But I called her yesterday. I said, hey, I only can talk for 30 seconds, but I just want to let you know that I remember this and this was so funny. And we laughed and we got off the phone, but it made me feel good. And I hope it made her feel good.
Yeah.
But actually, I don't know why I keep saying, but it's not a but, it's an and.
Yeah.
I think that friendships are extremely important. And as you get older, I think your friend group, it could get smaller.
Yep.
It could get smaller because I think you really understand what the meaning of a friend is when you get older. Because sometimes you may need to lean on someone. And your friends are people who you can truly call on. When you don't have your family around, you can call on a friend. It's like, hey, I'm feeling really down and out.
Yeah.
Or, hey, friend, I just got this awesome promotion. I need to celebrate. And without a shadow of doubt, like, yeah, let's go do it.
Yeah.
You know?
They're the people you want around you in life. Like they just, when things happen or when like you get a promotion, like you said, you want those people around you to be excited and happy for you and supportive because there's a lot of haters and bitches out here. So you got enough of them. You got to identify the ones you can go to with good or bad news and be like, hey, let's get through this together, whatever way that may be.
What sucks is that when you have a friend, maybe have a friend that does not live for you the way you think that they do live for you.
Do you have, go say more about that? Like,
Well, no, it's more of just like, because I've been around people, like, when I was like in high school, college, you think someone is your friend, but then when it truly gets down to, I would say, the more important details, when you actually need this friend, they don't show up for you.
Ooh.
They do not show up for you. And that's so disappointing because it's like, I trusted you, but now I don't trust you anymore.
Yes,
You know what I mean?
unfortunately, all of us have lost friends along the way.
Yeah.
All of us. Because either there was a point where you had to make a choice between like this or that, and one of the friends felt a type of way and kind of, hey, you weren't friends as much as anymore. So like friendships evolve over time and you do lose friendships. Your circle can get smaller.
Yeah.
Or your friendships can just go dormant and you really kind of are still friends, but you don't talk all the time or reach out all the time because you're in different places in life. And I think that's fine. But if there's ever a moment where you're like, hey, I do have the time and the energy to reach out to that person because maybe I'm be in their city, or maybe whatever. That's when you can like rekindle that friendship. Friendships never die unless you have a falling out and there's a reason why you can't reach out and there's a reason why there's no trust anymore and there's a reason. If you just kind of like let time go by and you don't talk for a long time, that's still your friend. Reach out. Be a good person.
No, I don't agree with that. I do not agree with that.
You don't agree with that. Why?
No, I don't agree with that. I think we are still cordial with each other and we are still, but you're not my friend.
Yeah.
You're not my friend.
Yeah.
And remember, got in trouble on our very first episode. That friend word is just, it's,
acquaintance, buddy.
But this is my definition of it. If we were friends, let's say a year ago, I mean true friends, hanging out.
Right.
Because I have an example of somebody. Yeah. I have an example of somebody.
I know.
I wouldn't say, no. We are not as close as we used to be.
Yeah.
I don't see you anymore.
Yeah.
We don't text each other anymore.
Right.
Text each other all the time. Let's go do this, let's go do that. And it was a group of us.
Yeah.
Now I don't see this person no more. And so it's not that I don't love them any less, but I will not call them my friend.
That's true.
Because I'm like, you don't know nothing about me.
Yeah.
Like, because when I do talk to you, it's like we have to catch up, and like time has passed.
Yes.
Because I have friends where I have not seen them in X amount of days or whatever. But when I get on the phone with them, it's like time has never stopped. You know exactly what I'm talking about.
That's a lost art. I love that you do that.
What?
Call people.
It's great to call people.
It is. It's great.
You can think, but getting back on topic, think about it. You know you have those people who you can call or just be in their presence, and time has not. Oh, now I'm contradicting myself because I'm pretty sure if the person I have in mind, if I get in their face, it'd probably go back to what it was. But I don't know. But you get what I'm going
I think if you were true friends, if you had that true respect for each other and time has just passed, you're still friends. That's my opinion. But I think it can be, like, for example, I have someone from high school that, like, we share a similar birthday. Her birthday's a day before mine. And every year for several years, I'm not going to say how many, but since I was 14, we've been texting each other. I text her first on her birthday because it's her birthday, and then she texts me on my birthday. We've been doing it ever since. And that's the only touch point I have with this person all year long. I don't talk to them other than this one day, one text message a year.
Okay.
But I still refer to them as a friend because I know how we were, and I know what our intentions with that text message every year, even though I can't travel up to Dallas and us hang out. Like, that's just not like a thing that's gonna happen. Just so many years have passed, and like we're in different places in our lives, but we still have that love for each other. There's so many fucking people in this world. You're only gonna make at maximum in your life 100,000 friends. That's like the most you can possibly make if you tried as hard as possible. Exactly.
This bitch be talking.
I just think, yes, you can lose your title as friend, and they can go away in time. But if you're a true friend, you can reach out at any point, and it can be like that, where it just kicks up from where you left off.
Yes. And, let me be clear. What I'm saying is that if I don't consider you a friend, I do not like you any less. And it's true. Because I want people to understand. I'm not saying, like, if you're not my friend, we are not going. No, that is not what I'm saying.
Not high school.
What I'm saying is, you do not fall in the category of my definition of a friend because we have not done friend things. Yeah. We haven't. Yeah. I've not seen you. I've not talked to you. Yeah. The love is still there, but we are not friends.
Yeah. So you need proximity more, and you need interest more to have friendships.
Yeah. I need either proximity. No, I need proximity. I need energy. And I need, you said something
common
else.
And
just communication. Yeah. That is it. Yeah. Even if I talk to you once a year at least. Or something.
Yeah.
Anyway, one last thing that I think that friendships should do, and have no problem doing this, when somebody hurts your feelings, tell them they hurt your feelings. Tell that person they hurt your feelings. Tell them, hey, LeBron, you said A about me, and it made me feel B. Now let's get to C. How can we resolve this? It would save so much time.
It would save so much time, especially if you're friends. I mean, it's happened. When you're friends with people, you're two individual people. So you may have to choose or do things that the other person may not like or may hurt their feelings, and you may not know. But if you can have that moment of like, you hurt my feelings and you're a bitch, and then you're like, what? I hurt your feelings. Why? And then you explain, this is why it hurt my feelings. This is how I took it. And you're like, oh, this is what I was intending. And you have that conversation.
Right. Exactly.
You can go even if you were wrong, you can go, oh, I was wrong there. Okay. Okay, well, I was wrong. Sorry. And if you have, and you can have that sit down moment where you actually talk it through and go, I was wrong. I'm sorry. And recognize that you're wrong. That is when true friendship can happen, because we can get through a lot. We can get through a lot in this life.
Now, what about if a friend intentionally tries to hurt your feelings? Because I think there are two different routes. Because someone could say something, like, if you say something to me and you just do not know, you say it.
Yeah.
But then I come to you like, hey, what you said, it hurt. It really hurt. But if you are looking at me, pointing at me, saying hurtful things to me.
Or like bringing up something that was supposed to be very innocuous, but then you bring it up and you're like, this is why you had that flat tire, bitch. And you're like, oh, that really made you feel a type of way.
Right. What do you do? What do you do in those situations? I mean, because I mean this for the bottom of my heart.
I usually call someone a bald bitch and walk out the room and talk to them later, but.
Call somebody bald, it would get their feelings hurt. But what I'm saying is, I would never intentionally try to say something to you to hurt your feelings. Yeah. Like, if we just happen to just fall out, I would hope that we would just fall out just because, like, we just have differences about X, Y, and Z. But I would never try to say something to you to get you to hurt your feelings. Like, that's rude. Like, I'm
use something that to hurt their insides, to make it like, ooh, that didn't feel good.
Can you bounce back from that? Like, how do you repair that relationship?
I will say this. I have a friendship where there was a falling out, and it happened over several months. And we had 2 separate dinner/lunches that did not go well, where we were yelling and cussing each other out. Yikes. It was supposed to be like one of those Real Housewives where you kind of meet and you kind of have like a resolution, but it turned the other way and you're like, you stupid bald bitch, and I walk around. Like, I've had those, and we've come back from that because I know where I was wrong. I know where they were wrong. I said, yeah, you were acting like a crazy bitch, but I was also choosing what I was choosing and didn't care what you thought. And then we got through it because we were able to have that, like, I want to be friends with you. I value you. I like you. So let's be friends. But if you have a person who just doesn't show you any vulnerability or the ability to show themselves, bye, girl. Bye. I don't trust people at work. I don't trust you. Bye.
Oh my goodness.
I think friendships are tricky, and that's why relationships are like tricky in one way, because you have to share your body, your person, and your life with a person. But friendships are also tricky because they're going to be there on your bad times, your good times, and they're going to dictate how you feel a lot of the times, or what you hear, or in group text messages, or whatever. Friends are really important.
Yeah. I agree. In my current, I would say how BJ am right now, I'm in a point where I'm truly wanting to cultivate those relationships even stronger, because you never know what life will give you and like the situations that put you in, and it forces you to reevaluate how you move in this world and how you treat people and how you overall just be with people in general, and so, but anyway, all that to say is that I'm really glad and happy with the thought process that I'm having right now, and wanting to how I move with my romantic relationships, and then how I move with my friendship relationships, and I want to close the loop here, and we're both going to answer. What are 5 things that you look for in a relationship, and what are 5 things that are non-negotiable, if you can think
5
of
things non-negotiable.
And you can just give me 3. Just give me 3.
3, okay. Humor. Number 1, I look for that because I have to laugh with your bitch ass because this place is horrible. Generosity and like mercy. So like if I pay for something $8 and you pay something $9 next time, we're not doing $1 Venmo. We're not doing it.
Yeah.
Okay. And then just like not honesty, but like forthcomingness. Like you don't have to be completely honest if you're having a bad day or whatever, but like be like, yeah, I was a bitch 2 weeks ago because I was feeling this type of way. Okay, great, let's move on. Those things I need. Non-negotiable. You can't be a transphobe. You can't be a homophobe. Can't be a fucking Republican or MAGA.
Gotcha.
Sorry.
Okay. No, I agree with you.
I can talk to you and have those conversations, but we disagree on who are people, and we're not going to we're not going to be friends.
Right.
But I can have conversations all day with MAGA people all day long, but we're not going to be friends because we disagree on who are people.
Right. I think for me, I need someone who is kind. I think kindness goes a long way. When you are kind to someone, I need someone who is open-minded. I need you to be open-minded. And I also need someone who is independent. I need someone who
that's
is
a really
independent.
good one.
Yes, it is. Yes, I know it is. Non-negotiables. If you do not eat ass, sorry. If you don't eat ass, you ain't getting none of this ass. It is what it is.
You like a tickle, don't you, baby?
Anyway, I need some. I can't be with someone who is does not care about human rights, just basic human rights. And then I can't think of someone. I'll think of that later, but I can't think of there's
Human
more-
rights is big, though.
Yeah.
If you disagree on a fundamental level, who's like a human being and like everyone deserves to be happy and like live a life, then we're not having a
Oh,
conversation.
I got the last one. Someone who is negative all the time. I cannot deal with a negative bitch. If you get angry, we can handle that. But if you're a negative all the
Especially
time,
on vacation when you're with them. Ooh, girl, when someone's on vacation with you and they're negative, you're like, bitch, why'd you pay $900 to be here? Like, literally. Like, stop being negative. We're in fucking Bahamas. Like,
Right.
Chill out.
y'all, if you're so inclined, please tell us what are your 5 things you look for in a relationship, and what are 3 things that you are non-negotiable. Please let us know in the comments. I would love to know. But with that being said, I think we can wrap it up right here.
Wrap it up. And use a condom.
Use a condom if you choose. But
If you're still here in this part of the episode, put on a condom.
do you?
Sometimes.
Sometimes.
You know, you get them for free and you just want to fit it and see if it fits.
Thank y'all so much for listening to this episode of Messy Thoughts. You can find us on all of our social medias at messythoughts.com.
Yes.
Please subscribe to our YouTube, go to our TikTok, go
Yep.
to our Instagram, follow us, like, and share. We love the communication and banter with you all. But until then, this is Messy Thoughts, where the thoughts are messy.
And the bottoms are not.
Oh, you didn't have another little thingy thing. You usually have like a...
Well, I feel like this one just was so straightforward that I just wanted to be normal.
All right. Give me some more.
There we go.
Bye, babe.
Bye, guys.
Messy thoughts.